Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Maddie Strickland, and I am a program director here at ACC Capital. I'm very excited to be working with Tiffany Henry. And I have the pleasure of leading the Governor's Cup business competition. So we'll keep this casual, kind of have a conversation about what you can expect. And I'll just kind of walk through the agenda here in a minute. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat while we're going through the presentation. Otherwise, we'll have a section of Q&A at the very end where you can ask all of your questions. All right, so here's kind of our agenda for the day. So I'll tell you a little bit about our organization, kind of give an overview for the competition this year. I will reference our guidelines quite a bit, and they are available anytime at argovernorscup.org. So I highly recommend you have that handy. And then I'll share some training opportunities that we have available to you all, and then we'll wrap it up with some time for questions. All right. So ACC Capital is a private nonprofit company, and we essentially provide financing for economic development throughout the state of Arkansas and now beyond. Some of you may know us by our original name, which was Arkansas Capital Corporation, but in the last year, we've kind of rebranded as ACC Capital to show our commitment and our excitement to reach the rest of the country, hopefully, and so expanding that view outside of Arkansas. Let's see. So within the ACC Capital is the ACC Capital Foundation, which is where Tiffany and I work. And our mission is really to provide opportunities for entrepreneurship in education through events like the Governor's Cup and the Arise Summit for faculty. So I'll kind of get into it now. Okay, so here's some fun pictures from the Governor's Cup so you can see kind of the excitement and activity that happens. And yeah, so we are celebrating our 26th competition this year, which is so exciting. And the Governor's Cup, it's not only a business plan competition, but it's a real world experience, right? It's designed for you or your students to kind of get their entrepreneurial feet wet a little bit. So, you get the process of building a business plan, of preparing your pitch, and sharing the story of your business. And this opportunity really helps students try that out in a real world environment, surrounded by, peers in the same industries, economic developers, investors, and others as they kind of move through the process of developing their business. We're very proud to have one of the largest all cash prize pool of any collegiate business competition, which is pretty awesome. And we offer offer $144,000 in prizes across 3 different divisions. So there's many ways for students to be recognized for their hard work. Awesome. So the competing teams really are put into one of 2 categories. They're either put into the high growth technology division or the small business kind of Main Street division. Now, depending on the nature of your business, that will kind of help us inform where you stand in these divisions. But I would say, like, at the most basic level, high growth and technology students are going to be focusing on, very unique ideas, most likely seeking investment funding, I feel like is a key thing for these groups. And oftentimes they have like a commercializable technology or some IP that's pretty important to what they do. And then for our small business category, these are our businesses that have more customer facing operations. And these folks are likely to be seeking perhaps a bank loan, or maybe they're bootstrapping funds rather than going after investment funds. Of course, we can always deep dive if we need to, based on whatever student has questions about where they may fall, but this is just kind of the general categories here. And then across those divisions, you can kind of see our tracks of competition. So we have our small business track, which is a combination of both our undergrad students from Arkansas and then graduate students from Arkansas and any surrounding state. And I won't list them all since they're there. But then we also have 2 separate categories in our high growth division, or track, excuse me. I get confused. High growth track, and that is broken up by undergraduate students. which is only open to students in Arkansas. And then our high graduate track is open to Arkansas and any other surrounding states. So as you can kind of surmise from this, we only accept applications from undergraduate universities, colleges that are from Arkansas, but grad is open to surrounding states as well. All right, so this is kind of a breakdown of the judging rounds and what you can expect to prepare for the competition. So round one starts with a written plan, that's your business plan, and teams submit this business plan electronically, and up to 10 teams from each of those tracks will be invited to the virtual semifinal round. So we'll do a written plan, and then the first oral competition pass would be round two for our semifinals. Now this will be a virtual oral presentation for teams. For judges, we will kind of consolidate them in one place, hopefully, but for teams, this is a virtual opportunity to give your 15-minute pitch in front of judges and then experience a little bit of Q&A as well. And then from there, our judges will decide on finalists to be invited to the in-person competition in Little Rock. And so these, I believe it's 18, correct me if I'm wrong, Tiffany, 18 finalists will be invited in person to Little Rock to give their in-person presentation, so the 15-minute presentation, and then they'll also have the opportunity to give their elevator pitch, which is a 90-second version of that pitch. Awesome. So here is our calendar for this year, and this is available on our website, but I wanted to just highlight a few key dates for you here. So our applications will open December 1st, and you'll have a hefty amount of the holiday season from December 1st to January 30th to get that application in. And then I do want to note that that will be due before 5 p.m. on that Friday, January 30th, excuse me. We do have a period where we'll, have teams, they'll be notified of their selection, they'll have time to confirm. And then the next thing on the docket would be our virtual semifinal round, which is happening February and March. And then we kind of leap into April for our final competition in Little Rock. And I'll kind of give a breakdown of what that, those 3 days will look like for our finalists. So if you'll imagine, we'll come in on Monday, teams will arrive, get checked in at the hotel, and we'll have a welcome dinner for everyone on the team. And then Tuesday is big competition day. So all day you'll be giving your 15-minute presentation. There will be a preliminary pitch round for that elevator pitch I talked about. And then on Wednesday, this is kind of the big finale. So it all culminates to our awards lunch. And excitingly enough, we have decided to bring back the live elevator pitch to our awards luncheon. So I'm very excited to, have that energy in the room and kind of let everyone get a preview of what kind of businesses have been participating in this year's competition. And I will say, in the past, we've had audiences of about 600 folks. So it's a very exciting opportunity. It can be a little nerve-wracking, but it's wonderful to have that captive audience for sure. All right, so here's our prize pool, so you can kind of see the breakdown. And so I do want to point out that all finalists, all 18 of those finalists that are invited to come to Little Rock, they'll receive $1,500 for their team, and then the advisor also receives a little payment as well. Excellent. All right, so now I kind of want to talk a little bit more in detail about what you need to prepare for the competition. So I'm going to jump right into business plan content. And again, the full competition guidelines are on our website, and I highly, highly recommend that you take a look at these and that you reference back to them while you're working on your business plan. We do outline all of the things that our judges will be looking for. And so in order to put your best foot forward, I would make sure that you are familiar with that content and that you have those questions answered in your business plan. So, cover page, table of contents, executive summary is going to be big. You've got to talk about your problem and solution. Tell us about, how has your idea been validated? Have you done customer discovery? What did that look like for you? We want to know about your go-to-market strategy, any risks that, we should be aware of, and of course, financial information that can be kind of summarized and what is the word? Surmised. For those in the high growth division, we do want to know your exit strategy just because the nature of your business is a little different. But that's kind of the meat of the business plan that you'll be required to share and that will be shared with our judges. And this is kind of an example of the onstage pitch at the awards ceremony. So again, this is the 90-second pitch that you'll prepare. This one doesn't come with Q&A, so it's really rapid fire. Everyone's presenting. But I think this is judge evaluated, but Tiffany, maybe double check me on this one. Is this one a judge evaluated competition, or is it like what is it called? Like popular vote?
For the elevator pitch?
Mm-hmm.
So both. For the preliminary competition, we have a panel of judges who will choose the top 3 from each of the 3 divisions. And then those 9 will pitch at the awards luncheon, and they are chosen by audience vote on their phones.
I love that. Oh, that's so perfect. So yes, everyone in the room will have a chance to pick their favorite, which is so much fun. And then here's just kind of a picture from Scope for last year, so you can kind of see what the awards luncheon looks like and what to expect. Okay, so that was a lot of information. And I want to tell you guys that you're not alone in this. We're here to help you prepare. We're here to help you put your best foot forward. And so we provide training opportunities and mentorship opportunities if you would like to participate in them. So our 2 most upcoming opportunities will be held at the EDGE Summit, which is coming up this November 18th and 19th, excuse me. And the EDGE Summit, I'll talk a little bit more about that. The EDGE Summit is not only an opportunity for entrepreneurship faculty to, get tools and resources to use in their classrooms, but we'll also have, concurrent Governor's Cup student training at the same time. And so we'll have some business plan development training on Wednesday. The day before, we'll do a little bit of elevator pitch coaching as well. And then we do have kind of an evergreen how to write a business plan recording available at any time if you'd like to use that. And I'll be sure to post this link and send out slides so you'll have access to that. If you'd like to register for the EDGE Summit, you can scan this little QR code here. I'll give you a few seconds, but I have another EDGE slide, so there's plenty of time. All right. And so in addition to our kind of workshop opportunities, we also have a coaching relationship with Arise and Chris Adams, who is the director of the program. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, happy to be here, Maddie.
Yeah. So Chris and his team, they basically offer no cost coaching to all teams, regardless of the division. And if you're interested in being partnered with a mentor or getting connected to someone that could give you feedback on your business plan or your pitch or any questions that you may have, you can reach out to me or reach out to Chris directly, and we'll put you in touch with him to get working with his team. Chris, is there anything else you'd like to share?
I'll just share that I'll drop the link in the chat for how you can connect with us. We've already got 5 Governor's Cup teams enrolled in our services. And so what that looks like is no cost coaching consulting where we connect you with our large expert network. So 5 teams from JBU are using that to help find some team advisors, to get some guidance on their pitch deck preparation and things like that. So we highly encourage you to join the Arise Network so that you can get some help. We actually had 2 teams place last year that were participating in our services, one of which the University of the Ozarks had never participated in the competition and never placed. And so we're really proud of how well they did, and we'd love to continue to help teams do well and win that big prize pool.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. We're so appreciative of your partnership and support of these students.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So one more plug for the EDGE Summit, just in case you missed it. So again, the Edge Summit is a great opportunity, not only for faculty, but for students. We'll have some speakers and panels from the educational ecosystem. There's networking opportunities. And for the first time this year, we are doing a pitch competition for both students and faculty, which I think ought to be really fun. We've got $1,000 cash up for grabs, and it's going to be a great couple of nights. So come join us. And Tiffany, correct me if I'm wrong. Lodging is available free of cost to faculty members and students. Is that correct?
So we do have complimentary lodging available for people who need it. I will say though, as of this morning, I don't know if I told you, Maddie, we've officially hit capacity. So we're at a wait list
Okay.
system. And so I still want to encourage people, if there is any interest in attending the Edge Summit, please get added to the wait list. You know, in the event a spot opens up, we would love to have you join us. And then for our pitch competition, we have $1,000 for students and then $1,000 for faculty. So that total cash prize pool is $2,000.
Fabulous. I'm glad I was wrong about that. That's great. Thank you, Tiffany. All right. So that's kind of all the content I have prepared, but definitely want to open up the floor to any questions y'all have. I do have a few FAQs that seem to come up that we can address if no one has any questions, but feel free to send them our way. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
we got-
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Katerina.
So last year the judges switched based on the round you were in. Is this going to be the case for this year, or would judges for the small business division stay the same and kind of see the progress of each team they evaluating? Or would they switch each round?
Tiffany, if you have a good answer, I'll let you take it.
It's a different panel of judges every round. And so the people who review it on the written plan are different than the people who review it in the semifinals, which is different than the people who review it at finals. So it will switch up just like last year.
So just, like continuity, like, one team of judges may say that you're doing a good job, and then the next team of judges may have totally different issues with your business plan. And if you
Mhm.
them ahead of time, you could address them by the final round. But since judges change all the time, it's hard
Mhm.
sure that working towards progress with your plan since they change.
That's good feedback.
All right. So, but they staying. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, can I ask a question?
Absolutely, Patrick, go for it.
The initial business plan submission, it's done via UNoodle. Do we need to have a UNoodle subscription to submit our business plan?
You do not. That's a great question. So we cover the cost of the UNoodle subscription, so it's free to apply,
Perfect.
free to be a part of it.
And that's how the initial, because that UNoodle, then you have the preset judges that will then look at the business plan and weigh in on their opinion.
Yes, exactly. It's all done through that same system.
Good deal. All right.
Yeah.
And then one other question. On November 18th, I thought that well, I haven't invited students to come. I'm coming, but students, there'll be a separate track of activity for students versus faculty, so it's worthwhile for them to attend as well.
Definitely.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And
That
split up between the 2
thanks.
days, I believe. Yes, so the content on Tuesday in the afternoon, they'll get that elevator pitch coaching, and then early on Wednesday morning, they'll have business plan development. I believe, and again, Tiffany, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that there's some time where there is overlap, so students could attend the same panel
Mhm.
speaker as the rest of the faculty members, but we do
Okay.
have separate content for them.
All right.
Yeah, they'll be together during some of the like plenary sessions and workshops.
Right.
Then we'll split them. And then even then, it's the student's choice to go to the student track, which will include the trainings, or they could stay with the faculty,
Right.
which will have some more curricular focused content.
Okay, excellent. One more question?
Sure.
All right.
Mm.
For the presentations for the there's student, as far as student pitch off, like a pitch off, if you will. So they present, but there's also opportunities for faculty. If just say I wanted to participate in that, could I present something that is not one of the four pitches from my teams? It could be something separate.
So you're asking specifically about the elevator pitch at the
Yes.
Edge Summit?
Yes.
Yes, and so it's definitely a unique experience. And yes, it doesn't have to have anything to do with any of your students. And so for the faculty, it's just 90 seconds to pitch. It could be a business idea, it could be a course idea, it could be a project you're working on.
Right.
And elevator pitches are kind of subjective. And so
Right.
we don't have like a clear rubric. And so it's how well can you communicate this problem that you're solving, however you're solving it. And yeah, it could be totally different from what your students are
Excellent.
pitching on here.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the questions. Awesome. Any other last questions?
Hello, am I audible?
Hello?
Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Like, I'm an international student at Arkansas State University. I just got to know about this competition. Like, I have a business idea plan, but I don't have like a team with me. Like, can I participate individually in it or not?
Ooh, this is a great question. So, and it's Armand, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So Armand, we do have a rule around how many people can participate. So we do say that teams must be between 2 and 5 people. So we try to eliminate people participating by themselves. So you would need to have another team member. One other thing I do want to mention is that faculty members are required for the a faculty advisor is required to participate. So either you must have someone from your school that's either a faculty or a staff member that can kind of vouch for your project, has been alongside you as you're developing. And that will be important as well.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Any other questions?
For the final, I guess, for the final presentation, I think last time when we were presenting to the judges in the final round, I don't think we were required to upload the final presentation. So the judges depended on what they saw on the screen, the room setup. The screen was really far away from the judges, and I think it would probably really benefit it if we had to submit the PowerPoint. The judges can access it closer to their viewing rather than rely on faraway screen. So just a suggestion.
Yes, that's a great suggestion. Thank you for that. Yeah, does anyone else have any other thoughts or comments or any questions they have? This has been great. I'm definitely going to save the chat with all of these questions and answers just in case others have same questions. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every one of you for, your support of the competition, and we're really excited to see your students participate.